Hey everyone, this is the second part to June 2004 in which we will be covering the third part. So I'm already supposing that you guys know how to do integration by parts, so I won't be telling like what the steps are to be followed while doing integration by parts. So we know that from the first part that A is equal to 1, and we have to find this shaded region, and remember we have to find the area of the shaded region, and remember exact. I already told you what exact means. In the second part it means that the answer should not be in decimals, it should be as it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to write y is equal to ln x minus 2 dx, and over here we are also going to write the limits, which are 1 and e. So when we are doing integration by parts, we use the late rule, where the logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric, and exponential, where logarithmic, if it's logarithmic, then it's going to be the first function. So over here we have an ln x which is logarithmic, which is going to be a first function. So we are going to write ln x as it is. Then we are going to integrate the second function. So the integration of x minus 2 is multiply by x minus 2 to minus 2 plus 1. So now we're going to write minus over here integral. Now we have integrated the first function, so we are going to write it as it is over here, x minus 2, and we know minus 2 plus 1 is negative, so I'm going to write negative over here as it is. Then I have to take the derivative of the first function and multiply it. So the derivative of ln x is multiply by 1 over x, so bracket 1 and e. So I'm going to write this as minus x minus 2 ln x, and I'm going to write plus over here. The reason why I'm writing plus over here is because we know that the negative 1 is a constant number, so I can take it out of the integral sign. So when I'm going to take it out of the integral sign, it's going to get multiplied by the minus, and I'm going to get a plus sign. So I'm going to be left with, and I'm so sorry, this is minus 2 plus 1, minus 2 plus 1, and I'm going to be left with x minus, so sorry, I'm going to let me make it neat over here. So it's going to be x minus 1. So this is going to be x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1, because we know that 1 over x is equal to x minus. So over here the bases are same, so the powers are going to get add up. So we are left with minus x minus 1 over ln x plus, so we are going to add the brackets over here. We need to be careful in each and every step. We are left with x minus 2. Again there's 1 and e, so we're going to write it as it is. So it's going to be minus, so let me write it as 1 over x ln x, so over what it's going to be plus x minus 2 plus 1. Now we are integrating this, minus 2 plus 1, and what are the limits? The limits are 1, the lower limit 1, and the upper limit e. So now here it is. Before we apply the limits, we're going to get 1 over x ln x plus, sorry, now so minus 2 plus 1 negative, and I can write it as 1 over x 1 over e. So now what are we gonna do? We're gonna apply the limits. Let me bring it over here. Applying limits. Sorry, we're applying limits. Yeah, we're applying the limits or the bounds, you can say, applying limits or applying upper and lower bound. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write it as, sorry, there's a negative sign over here as well which I have missed it. So it's minus 1 upon e ln e minus 1 upon e, which is negative, and then we are left with minus 1 upon x ln 1 minus 1 upon 1. So we know that ln e is equal to 1, so we're going to be left with minus 1 upon e over minus 1 upon e, and over here we know that ln 1 is 0, so we're going to be left with minus 1, and this is going to be left with plus 1. So what are we going to be left with is equal to, like if I am going to take a common over here, I'm going to get e minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 plus 1. So it's 1 minus 2e. I can leave my answer over here because in the question it is mentioned that we need to find the exact area of the shaded region. So this is the exact area, or I can also write it as e minus 2. This is my final answer. So hopefully you understood something from it, and I hope you liked the video. So this brings me to the end of my video of the third in which I have solved the third question. So thank you so much. Like, share and subscribe to my channel.